Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio. This is Northeast Georgia Business Radio. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and yeah, we're coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me some special guests, some wonderful guests, as usual. I have with me today from Impact Group Real Estate, I have with me Dana and Ryan Hood. Folks, welcome to the Northeast Studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. They're shy, folks.
It's good to be here.
They don't want to say much, but we'll get it out of them. Dana, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Ryan, I see you brought the boss.
I did.
Smart man.
She lets me think I can be the boss until she changes her mind.
Well, you know, with my wife, I always get the last word. I always do.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
yes, ma'am. Yes, dear. Yes,
That's
honey.
right.
Whatever you wish, whatever you need. What can I do for you? I always get that last word.
That's kind.
That's right.
Smart
Yeah.
man. I just look stupid. No, anyway. Well, welcome, folks. Real estate. I'm guessing you're real estate agents. Yes, no?
Yes, full time.
Full time.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Okay, everyone in the real estate industry, when they come into the studio, I ask them right away, how's the market?
Great.
Is it
Always.
really?
Yeah, the market's always great.
Are you just being positive?
No, I mean, it's always a good time to buy and sell real estate.
You're selling houses.
Yes.
All right. Good deal. What are interest rates at now?
I think interest rates right now between 7 and 8.
Is that high? That's high.
percents.
That's high.
I mean,
Compared to
people-
2.5.
folks with recent memory of 2s and 3s are they're gonna think that's high, but
See, I'm old. I remember the Carter administration when they were in the teens.
okay.
So 7 isn't that bad.
It's
No.
not that bad.
It could be a heck of a lot worse.
Yeah.
So if you're in the need of a house, then that's essentially the cost of doing business.
It is the
Is-
cost of doing business.
That hey, I need to finance this house, and so that's the cost. There's not a whole lot we can do about that.
If you need a house, you need a house,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
Now, what areas do you specialize in?
So we focus mainly in Jackson County, Barrow, and Banks County.
Northeast Georgia.
Yes.
Good area.
Yeah, we like it. We see it growing.
Do you see more growth in one area over the other? Anything specific?
I don't think so. I mean, Jackson
Just
County's
this
obviously
area.
growing. Barrow's got areas of growth as well, commerce and going north. So
They're catching up.
they're all areas we like to serve.
I got you. I'm with you. There's how many thousands of real estate agents are there?
As many as stay-at-home
that-
moms there are.
That is rhetorical, right? But you're full time, and you prefaced that right away.
Yes.
You are full time.
Yes.
No knock on the doctor's wife who needs something to do. I'm sure she's wonderful, but you do this all the time.
That's right.
So what separates you from the others? That's an unfair question. That's so not fair, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Well,
why do I need to call Dana and Ryan?
I'll answer first. I mean, we're truly customer focused. We're not transactional. We tell our clients that
Now, what does that mean, though?
not transactional.
Yeah.
We're not looking just to make the next commission. We're not looking at the numbers and here's the money that we're going to make, and we don't look at the money. Well, I don't look at the money. It's more of the people, those relationships that we can build. When we meet somebody, we tell them we're in it for the long haul, and then we're part of your family at the end of it.
So you're saying if you do it right, the money will come.
That's exactly
That's
right.
exactly it.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. That's refreshing to know that your clients are not just the line item. So I cut you off. Don't be transactional. What did I throw you off of? I apologize.
Well, and I think what she was getting to as well is just that she's phenomenal at it, just being a resource for folks, calling up and saying, hey, I need a handyman, I need a painter, I need things that kind of traditionally go along with buying and selling real estate or needing things around the house. But then also, I mean, I can give you an example that I feel like I can talk about. We had a client that they'd moved here from out of state. They actually called us and said, hey, we got these tickets to a concert and we can't go. Do you want them? And we're like, well, hey, that's a pretty good name, concert. I think it'd be good to go to that. But she did a little more digging and come to find out they couldn't go because they didn't have a babysitter. They didn't know anybody
Right.
to help facilitate that, to get a babysitter.
Right.
So she went and actually introduced them to a couple different folks, let them do their own interviewing, like, hey, here's some people that we can recommend. And then long story short, they get to go because they found a babysitter they liked based off her referral.
So Dana, you're a information hub, more or less.
That's what I want to be. I really
not a
like
bad thing.
connecting people, clients with each other. I mean, these people that he's talking about, when they moved here, I was like, hey, we have another client, now friend. They've got small kids just like you do, and connecting them. And just finding, I tell everybody when they're moving new to the area, I just say, hey, how about I'll be your emergency contact. If you need a sitter or you need a dog sitter or something like that.
You actually do that. You actually say that.
Yeah, I tell them.
Well,
put me
you
down.
you are different from most real estate agents.
I feel like it. I want to be.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
That's a compliment coming
Thank
from
you.
me. I've known hundreds over the years. No joke. And I know agents, as soon as that closing is done and they hit that parking lot, they probably couldn't tell you who that client was.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that is not you.
No.
First of all, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, we still go to sporting events. We'll go to T-ball, soccer games. I'm trying to think what else. Baby showers.
Yeah.
We go to all of it
You
because we just feel
you
like
become part of the family.
I try to. Yes, and it feels like everyone's receptive of it. Our clients that we're working with.
No, people feel it. Hey, if you're genuine, people will feel that
Right.
every time. But think about it. You move into a new area. It just may be 2 or 3 counties away. Doesn't have to be cross state or cross country. You don't know anybody but that agent.
That's right.
And for at least a few weeks out of your life, you're somewhat putting your life in their hands,
Yes.
possibly your whole future.
Well, and the largest investment you're ever going to make.
More than likely, yes.
And so it's like
If
we
they-
want to help you be smart with your own money. We want to keep as much money in your pocket as we can.
But if you abandon them, wow.
Yeah.
All right, we're done. See ya. I've seen a lot of that over the years.
Yeah.
So that's definitely, folks. I asked the question, why Dana and why Ryan? I think that's a pretty big reason right there. Good deal. Now, when someone wants to buy, what are some things they need to consider? Because you just said it. It's probably their biggest investment, or at least definitely one of. What are they getting into?
Well, really, people don't know that they need cash to buy a house.
Cash on hand is important.
You've got to have money for earnest money. You've got to have inspections, appraisals, and what is your payment history like? And so when we're talking to somebody that's interested in buying or just beginning to talk about it, it's, well, how much money do you have? You can't just, there are loan programs that they don't need a lot of money, but they still need something in the beginning. So that's the first thing that we really look at is, and also how soon are they looking to move and why do they want to move? What's their motivation behind it?
Right. I guess schools are important. School systems are important.
Mm-hmm.
They can be. Depends on the buyer.
Of course.
So-
Well, right. I have no children in school. But strong school systems are strong resale values down the road.
Absolutely. You are correct.
I mean, that's important to everybody, or should be.
So I think just kind of going back to that with what are we looking for? Obviously, the buyers, I think the sooner they reach out and say, hey, I'm thinking about buying, the sooner that we can start diving into the stuff that Dana was talking about.
That's true.
And, really starting to kind of guide the process. Because a lot of times we see buyers that'll reach out, hey, I just found this house on the internet, because information is out there. It's everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It's quick.
That we can find them now. We don't have to wait on an agent with an MLS booklet to say, hey, let's go look at 5 houses this weekend that you've potentially never seen, because now you can see them on the internet. So reaching out quick so we can start guiding that process, getting into what it is they're looking for, reaching out to lenders so that when they find that house on Zillow that they really love, or Realtor.com, or any of the major websites out there, I guess we'll say that, any of the major websites, that when they find it, we can be ready to pull the trigger and
move
go.
on it.
And not, hey, well, yeah, it's great you found it, but we got to go through a couple other steps before the seller might even entertain talking to us.
So cash on hand, cash at the end of the day is sort of kind of still king, sort of kind of.
Well, just there's an expense to move, even if you're.
Oh, yeah.
a renter and moving to another location, you still have moving expenses. And we just like to sit down with them and educate them about what the whole process is, and knowing that I always tell them, hey, it's probably going to be stressful, but we're going to still be there through the stress. And we try to alleviate as much stress as possible.
I imagine throughout the years you have developed a lot of great partnerships with different companies, vendors that you can use, that your clients can use.
Yes. And they'll call somebody, I need my gutters clean. Who can I call?
Right.
And that's really what I love doing, is connecting them. And it's anything that they need, whether they need a painter or they want to redo their floors. I want them to think of me to call to get that vendor. And even if it just gives them an opportunity to get a quote,
Right.
we try to do that as well.
Sounds like to me you've developed a lot of partnerships very similar to what we've done here at Northeast Georgia Business Radio. We have community partners, and thank goodness for them. One of our great community partners is Leather and Lace Coffee and Company. They specialize in barrel-aged coffee beans. Actually, Leather and Lace artisan roasts all their coffees. Along with coffee roasting, they are a full-service corporate event and exceptional occasion catering company. Based in Brazelton, Georgia, Leather and Lace serves Atlanta Metro and Northeast Georgia area. Visit leatherlacecoffeecompany.com for all the details. And while you're at it, visit our new website, negabrx.com, to see all our great community partners. Folks, you still there?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Hey, we got bills to pay. Big shout out to Leather and Lace Coffee. Without them and all of our great community partners, we couldn't do this. This Friday at the Brazelton Civic Center, Leather and Lace is hosting Michelle Malone, award-winning singer, and that's at 8 p.m. Go to eventbrite.com to find tickets. Search Michelle Malone, and you'll get to where you need to go. All right, back to y'all. Sorry.
That's good.
Hey, no, Leather and Lace. If you're into coffee, boom, that is what you need. What were we talking about? We were talking about buying houses.
Yeah.
We were beginning to dive into all these connections you've made.
Yes.
Your own community partners. What are some partnerships that maybe especially a new home buyer, they just don't realize they need? I mean, everyone knows, okay, I might need a termite service or a pest control service. If you're not from the South, you don't know that.
That's right.
You got someone coming from Minnesota.
Yeah. They don't think about that.
Until they need it, and then they realize they do. But what are some connections you have? Some directions you can send people in? And we don't have to be specific naming companies. You mentioned gutters.
Gutters, painters.
If you've never owned a house, you probably don't even think about that.
Yeah. Sometimes people move in, want to change the inside decor
Just
and
gut
whatnot. Yeah, so they want to freshen it up or make it more neutral. I mean, everybody's kind of different. Flooring folks to water mitigation to all kinds of stuff. If heaven forbid something happens.
But you're a great resource for all that.
Absolutely.
And I guess if you're willing to refer them, they must be pretty decent.
We generally make it a practice, if we haven't personally been a customer of anybody we refer, that we make sure that we're familiar with their service and,
Right.
and actually have firsthand knowledge of the type of work they do.
You've vetted them a little bit
Absolutely.
before you sign your name to them.
Absolutely.
That's
I find
good.
it to be very important.
Forgive me for not asking earlier. How long have y'all been doing this? 2-3 weeks? A couple weeks?
Yeah, we just started yesterday.
Really? How
Yeah.
about that?
No,
I met you 4 months ago, so
Yeah.
at least 4 months.
I got my real estate license in 2000. I've been in real estate full time since 2011.
12 years, 12 plus years.
Yeah, and then we started Impact Group in 2020 because why not, right?
Why not?
It was a great year, and so we just decided that
Good timing on that one.
we needed to be selling real estate together and really complement each other just in business, me being the social one and he's more of the dotting the I's and crossing the T's. So we just found that we really work well together.
Now, Impact is part of Remax, yes?
So yes, we're brokered by Remax.
Brokered by Remax.
Brokered by Remax Center down in Brazelton.
I was about to ask you where you at, but you're out of Brazelton.
Yep. So our office is in Brazelton. We've kind of got a home base here in Jefferson as well.
Right.
That we operate a good bit out of. But being in real estate is a lot of being on the go too. So
Oh, yeah.
we try to be out in the different areas that we mentioned earlier. That
Well,
we
the
service.
competition alone, at least before people know who you are, the competition. You're just a name on a line, and there's a lot of lines.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Lines. You have a website? What was the website?
Yeah, doyouknowthehoods.com.
doyouknowthehoods.com. Figuratively and literally. I see what you did there.
That's right.
As they get to know the Hoods, you already know the Hoods, and you can help them. Wow, how about that? There's smoke coming out people's ears now.
No, she
that was good.
She came up with that a couple of years ago, and she blew my mind with it too. Like, yeah, that's amazing.
That is good. I checked it out earlier. Looks very good, very nicely done.
Thank you.
Is that the best way for folks to track y'all down?
I think it's the
Other than
catchiest
meeting you?
way.
It is. It is the catchiest way.
You know, there's a quick way they can get a lot of information about us.
Yeah.
If they actually send a text message, the message is the Hoods.
The Hoods.
If they send that message to 88500.
88500.
Yep, the Hoods. Text message to 88500. They'll actually get a link to our website. We've actually got a link to a buyer and a seller guide out there. We've got a bunch of different things that they'll get right on their phone.
Nice.
From that. So
that's genius. You're on social media, Facebook and LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dana, you're on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dana's on LinkedIn. Our Facebook, I know, is Facebook Impact Group Real Estate, and then her LinkedIn, I believe, is Dana Hood 4.
Dana Hood 4. Mm-hmm. There's 3 others.
There's 3 other Dana Hoods.
I guess. I don't know. You're the most important one, right?
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
In my world, anyway.
Darn right. And Ryan's.
Mine too. And thanks, Tom. I had to get
and Ryan's. And Ryan's. And at least for the next 20, 30 minutes, mine too. So before we wrap up, there's something I think you want to talk about. Homes for Heroes. Let's wrap up the show on a really high note.
Absolutely.
Tell me about Homes for Heroes, because I do believe, I don't want to speak for you, it's very important to the both of you.
Yes, absolutely. So Homes for Heroes is something we chose to be a part of. It's actually one of the largest national rewards programs, real estate rewards programs out there. Basically by people in certain segments. In Homes for Heroes case, it's anybody in law enforcement, anybody that's in fire service, anybody that's in EMS, if they're a teacher, if they're in any branch of the military, active, reserved, retired, doesn't matter. And anybody in the healthcare profession as well. Essentially, there's different things out there that they can take advantage of. One of them is actually a credit back from us when they buy or sell a home, as well as there's different lenders that are involved in the program that provide a true discount, vetted true discount. They're used in the process. There's some other incentives out there too. But we just want to have a way to thank folks in that group. I actually was in law enforcement for about 10 years. Got 2 sons. One's in the Army. The other right now is active duty Navy on deployment. So
bless them.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just find that those groups we want to provide some way to say thank you for what you do, and really that's the way, in doing what we know how we do it, real estate. That's how we are able to thank them on each of those transactions.
So you mentioned $2,500. You're actually taking that out of your commission.
Yes.
So yes, the credit.
A real estate agent that takes money out of their commission.
That's correct.
You
Gives
two
it
are
back.
unique.
Thank you.
That's a huge compliment, by the way.
Yeah.
It was backhanded, but it's a huge compliment.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Seriously.
So on average, we see that the credit is about $2,500. It's all based on sales.
It's a moving scale, sure.
It's all based on sales price. That's right.
Sure.
But yeah, it's actually a commission credit back from us.
That is
we're
cool.
Just saying thank you. So
Well, moving expenses can be chewed up real quick.
heck yeah. So
Yeah.
how awesome is that? Like, hey, I just got moved into a new house, and then here comes a check in the mail that can help offset any of those expenses. You can use it for whatever you want.
Now, is Homes for Heroes, that nationwide? Is that
Yes,
big organization?
it is.
Cool.
And we just decided that we wanted to be a part of it, really because of the name. More people were familiar with it because we were offering a credit in the beginning, but that's just really being affiliated with it has brought, I feel like it brings more awareness to the people that we're talking to and meeting. And teachers, for example, they don't make a lot of money anyway. So
Right.
to be able to help them after they close, they can either have the money at the closing table, or it can be something that they get a check in the mail afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And who doesn't want to get a $2,500 check to go buy new furniture?
Oh, yeah.
Or
Money disappears when you move.
yes,
Oh, my. It just does. It just
Yeah.
where to go. It's a shame I've never heard of that before I met y'all.
hopefully this helps, because I feel like
I
there's
hope so.
many, those groups are fairly broad. So there's a lot of those folks out there, whether it's teacher, military, like I said, active duty, retired, reserve, doesn't matter. How many people know a police officer, know a firefighter?
That's what qualifies somebody to do this. And then they need to find folks like yourselves.
Correct.
Yes.
Cool. That's not hard.
We just
Nice
want to help
job.
take care of those folks.
Nice job. No, I love it. I love it. I wish more agents such as yourself would participate in this. Before we get out of here, I'm going to give you all the last word. What did we miss?
Okay, well, our goal at Impact Group is to make an impact on the industry. So we took the name of our company very seriously, and it was more of making an impact on every transaction, whether that's our clients, whether it's the co-op agent. I want somebody, a lender, I want them to always walk away and go, wow, that was a great experience. So that's why we picked the name Impact, is because we want you to remember the hoods. We want you to walk around and say, I know the hoods.
Sounds good to me. And the website again, Do You Know the Hoods? Do you know with a K, doyouknowthehoods.com. I love it. That is so cool. Well, Dana, Ryan, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for
This
having
was
us.
great. I was looking forward to it. And I know you two are super busy trying to get y'all pulled away from your lives for just a few minutes. I know it's a challenge because you're hustling. And that's pretty awesome. But no, seriously, thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Folks, another great episode. Hey, doyouknowthehoods.com. Check out what Dana and Ryan are doing. Man, they're pretty cool. And this Homes for Heroes is just awesome. Hey, I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.